Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Prince Albert police say the death of a 60-year-old man earlier this week is not criminal. He was found in a home in the 300 block of 32nd Street West Monday afternoon. An autopsy was scheduled for yesterday and investigators were looking into the death. Police now say foul play was not a factor and that his death has been deemed natural. RCMP have charged one person in connection to a break-and-enter and arson at a Saskatchewan high school. Officers were called to the school on the Onion Lake Cree Nation June 27th, where they were told someone had broken in. While searching the school, they found evidence of a fire and that it was suspicious. No one was in the building at the time, but a 22-year-old man from Onion Lake Cree Nation is facing a string of charges, including arson, break-and-enter, theft, and mischief. He made his first court appearance earlier this week. A man has been arrested after a 70-year-old woman was stabbed in downtown Saskatoon. Police say they were called to the 5th Avenue North and 24th Street East intersection before 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The victim said she was stabbed by someone she didn't know who tried to take her bag. She was taken to hospital for treatment, and a 26-year-old man is facing charges of aggravated assault and robbery. A man convicted in the murder of murder in the 2006 killing of Misha Pavlik and given a sentence of 7 years is appealing the decision. Pavlik was fatally stabbed at a grad party near Regina Beach in 2006. The defense argues in the appeal that the judge made an error in presenting evidence from the defense in a fair and balanced manner, did not properly instruct the jury regarding evidence from two witnesses, and failed to give counsel enough time for review and sentencing submissions before the jury charge was delivered. The man, who was under 18 at the time and cannot be named, will be tried by a judge alone if the appeal is granted. No date is set. That thermometer keeps ticking up 1 degree at a time, and I don't think anyone's got much of a problem, do they?
Well, it depends on who you talk to, John, because part of that increased heat is we run the risk of triggering some thunderstorms, and that's exactly what's in the forecast for a number of areas, including the Prince Albert area. So the possibility of some thunderstorm activity, maybe even a severe thunderstorm, is certainly there. And once again, we're just keeping our eye on this system as it moves in from Alberta, but that is where the trouble could come from. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on.
While the rain has let up for a little bit in Saskatchewan, in neighboring Manitoba, Minnedosa has declared a state of emergency due to rising water levels. Joseph Bernacki describes the threat and the efforts to mitigate damage.
In the town of Minnedosa, it's a race against time and Mother Nature. Teams of volunteers are sandbagging along the Little Saskatchewan River. For residents, as water levels rise, so do fears.
The last two floods, terrifying, traumatizing.
Heather Hamilton lives with her mother across from the river in town. Her family lost everything in their basement from the 2020 and 2022 floods. It's why she isn't fooling around this time.
The last 4 days I have been packing my basement and hauling everything upstairs. My mom's 86. She's stressed out for sure. It's bringing back some awful memories, definitely.
John Mendrickus is helping where he can. He says this time around, they might have a chance.
Sandbagging and the emergency action has been going on for a few days now, and we've got a head start compared to 4 years ago.
Still, there is cause for concern. This was the town's bison enclosure near the Minnedosa Dam late Sunday afternoon. And here it is on Tuesday, flooding out this morning, leaving the bison on a partial island. Emergency officials say the town is not out of the woods yet.
PTH 10 high river has peaked, so therefore we're expecting a lot of that water to come down through our spillway, and so we are urging our residents to remain off of the rivers and the trails.
You can never predict exactly how water reacts, but which should tell us that we might receive the peak tomorrow. We don't know that for sure, though.
Meantime, Minnedosa Mayor Ken Cameron says the province is monitoring the dam. He says they still need more volunteers.
We still will be on our toes for the next 48 hours for sure and beyond, depending on the reports.
Joseph Bernacki, CTV News, Minnedosa.
Saskatchewan RCMP officers will be wearing a new uniform in the coming weeks. Starting this month, frontline officers will wear new Navy shirts as part of the efforts to modernize the RCMP uniform. The service says people may still see officers wearing gray uniform shirts as the switch happens. The new uniforms were announced last fall. A Saskatoon woman is expressing concerns over the 3 days she spent in the hallway of Royal University Hospital's emergency room. Anne Fournier told media that she went to the ER after vomiting blood, later learning that she had an inflamed small intestine. She says there were an estimated 12 beds in the hallway and many of her fellow patients were not able to access a bathroom. She adds she sent an email to Saskatchewan's Minister of Health expressing her concerns and has not heard back.
I had to watch as 2 grown men had to urinate next to me with portable urinals, in full view of us in the hallway and anybody else who happened to be walking past. It was disgusting and not at all what I imagined to see when getting healthcare in Saskatchewan.
CTV News has reached out to the province for comment. Saskatoon shirts on sale at Walmart are leaving some shoppers doing a double take. These shirts and sweaters are supposed to show off the city's skyline, but there's one pretty big problem. Those mountains in the background are definitely not from Saskatoon. Some shoppers are getting a kick out of what's believed to be an AI-generated design, while others say if you're going to sell Saskatoon merchandise, it should be created by a local artist who actually knows what the city looks like.
It's clearly AI. You can just kind of tell. Why wouldn't you just make that on your own when it's super simple and something you could easily make by just taking a picture?
They have a goose in there, a Canadian goose. I guess that's a good try, hey?
I don't like it, to be perfectly honest.
They should probably have if they're going to sell something like that, maybe have a local designer instead of AI, because it looks not good.
CTV News has reached out to Walmart to ask how the design made it onto store shelves, but has not yet received a response. Members of Saskatchewan's tourism sector gathered in Saskatoon today to showcase summer events and attractions across the province. The CEO of the Saskatchewan Science Centre says visitors can explore its new Journey to Space exhibit, which offers a look at what life is like aboard the International Space Station. She also said the centre is one of just 41 theatres worldwide, screening Christopher Nolan's new film, The Odyssey, next week. The CEO of Wanuskewin Heritage Park said the site has been a gathering place for First Nations across the Northern Plains for thousands of years. To help more people experience its history and culture, the park is offering free admission by donation every Sunday in August.
It will once again be admission by donation every Sunday, helping to ensure everyone has the opportunity to experience this remarkable place.
Creative Saskatchewan says its summer lineup also includes a songwriter showcase at Country Thunder in Craven this weekend, where different artists will take to the stage each afternoon and perform their songs and share the stories behind them. As Moose Jaw prepares for what may be the final hometown show for the Snowbirds this weekend, one local woman is asking the federal government to rethink the decision to ground the air demonstration team.
They're a special team to Canada. They're Canada's team.
Jana Kitts, who was born and raised in Moose Jaw, started the petition after the federal government's announcement to ground the Snowbirds until the early 2030s while it procures new aircraft. Her petition asks the Ministry of Defense to reconsider the team's full grounding and work with the community, alumni, and others to find an alternate solution which keeps the team in the air through the transition.
Even just as a child, watching them fly in the sky, they were just incredible. And they do these amazing performances, and when you're watching, you're just getting this amazing, overwhelming sense of pride that they represent Canada. So for me, that connection is really special, and I think that that's a connection that a lot of other Canadians have as well.
Hundreds across Canada have supported the petition, including MP Fraser Tolmie. He's expected to present the issue in the House of Commons later this year. The TD Saskatchewan Jazz Festival is filling Saskatoon's riverbank with live music this weekend, and free performances are drawing crowds of all ages. Gathered at KW Nasser Plaza this afternoon for another free outdoor show. Organizers say the free concerts exposed more people to the genre of jazz music. Tuesday night's show saw a record-breaking crowd of 4,500 people to see Modest Mouse. After the short break, another program at the museum is filling up fast. Expand your historical horizons beyond Prince Albert with their upcoming van tour. We're here at the Prince Albert Historical Society. I'm joined by Jerry McKelvey. You are the Programming and Events Coordinator here.
Programming and Outreach Coordinator.
I almost had it. So thankfully, you're going to give us the lowdown on this next one. It's the PA Historical Society van tour. So tell me, what's this all about?
So this is a really exciting venture for us. This is the first year we've done this program. Last year, when we took our youth out on their road trip around the area, the adults were saying, you should plan something like this for the adults. So I did. And so we have 2 trips coming up, Thursday, July 16th, and Tuesday, August 18th. And so in July, we're going to the Rosthern Museum and Mennonite Interpretive Center and Wanuskewin. And then in August, we're going to Melfort and District Museum and Tisdale and District Museum. And at the end, we're going to have a little mini golf tournament there. And we'll probably go for ice cream after in Rosthern. We'll pop into Little Beans on our way home.
I was just going to say, you can't stop in Rosthern without an ice cream trip, and I don't think even if you're an adult or not a kid, you're still going to want to make that stop, especially in the middle of summer.
Exactly, yeah.
So now tell me a little bit about the logistics. Is this kind of like a day trip similar to some of the other programs, or is it longer or shorter?
Right. So the van will be leaving PA at 8:30 in the morning and returning by 4:30. We have a couple of people who have decided to take their own vehicle and sort of car caravan with us, and that's fine as well. And it's only $20 per trip, and I cover your admission then to the museums with that.
Now, are you looking ever for people to help volunteer outside of the staff that you have here, or do you guys manage with all of these programming and excursions to do it just with the staff here?
For this particular program, we wouldn't have a volunteer. It would just be staff. But yes, for all of our summer camps, all of our programming that goes year-round, we are always looking for volunteers for programming or for working in the archives.
Excellent. And now, if somebody was interested in finding out more either about the Historical Society van tours or about getting involved, is there a website or a phone number that they should check in with?
Yes, they can go to our website, which is www.historypa.com, or they can simply give us a call at 306-764-2992.
Perfect. Well, that's a lot of information to pack into one segment, but Jerry McKelvey's got all of that and more here at the Prince Albert Historical Museum. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Coming up next, Jeff has a look at the weather forecast, and later, can a simple test detect cancer DNA in the blood after treatment? All right, Jeff, you were saying something about the warm air and the warm temperatures creating maybe some more active weather in other parts of the country?
And some of those other parts of the country are right here. Yes, we anticipate showers and thunderstorms tonight in many parts of the province, and actually lingering into tomorrow as well, John. And as we take a look at this area of active weather up in northern parts of Alberta, it's sort of a line that's coming across. It's sliding into parts of the northwestern part of our province, but there's an extended line, a trough line that's probably going to impact areas in and around Prince Albert and beyond. So we definitely expect to see some thunderstorm activity. Let's see what else we expect with the Futurecast computer modeling indicating you can see that line of storm just sort of, extending itself as it makes its way into the province and just slip it on down through the Prince Albert area. So yes, it could be severe in nature. It's a thin band of storms, but storms nonetheless. And as I say, tomorrow it looks like Prince Albert might be on the outside of the storm areas, but still that could change. So tonight we've got ourselves increasing clouds and the possibility of some showers and thunderstorms in the overnight period. Spirit with 13 degrees for an overnight low, the same for the Battlefords region and for Candle Lake for that matter. Birch Hills dropping down to 14 degrees, the same for Rosthern and area, and 15 degrees the expected overnight temperature in Nipawin and Melfort. Not exactly the best sleeping weather, but that's the numbers we have right now. 22 degrees in Spiritwood tomorrow with cloudy skies, 23 in the Battlefords under cloudy skies, 23 as well in Birch Hills and Candle Lake, but we're anticipating a little bit of sunshine poking through the cloud cloud deck. Rosthern, cloudy and 23 on Thursday. Mainly cloudy and 23 in Nipawin, and back to those all clouds all the time situation in Melfort with a high of 23. So yeah, pretty consistent temperature pattern throughout the Lakeland region and beyond. So tonight for Prince Albert and area, 14 degrees the overnight temperature, but anticipating showers and thunderstorms, particularly as we get closer to midnight and a little bit after that. The winds do back off. That's a bit of a blessing in that respect. And then as we roll into Thursday, 23 degrees, so just a hair below seasonal, mainly cloudy skies, winds out of the northwest at 20. So yes, a moderate wind for Thursday. And here's the long-range forecast. As you can see, 25 degrees on Friday, but then look at this weekend temperature pattern. We've got ourselves 29 degrees on both Saturday and Sunday, a bit more sunshine on Saturday. Monday, we start off the work week with sunny skies and 25 degrees, staying at 25 on Tuesday with a bit more in the way of cloud cover, back to mainly sunny conditions on Wednesday and bumping up a degree, 26 the expected high on Wednesday.
And just looking at that, maybe the risk of the thunderstorm or thunder showers, it seems like it must be a softball night or a baseball night or a soccer night down at the old soccer fields or the fields, because anytime there's probably activities during the week, we get kind of weather like that.
Exactly. It's like washing your car. Yeah, that's exactly how this thing works. So yes, we've got ourselves some unstable conditions to deal with right now, John, but as we go forward, things are looking pretty calm and hot.
And don't wash your car yet until after the storm.
Don't do it.
There you go. All right, Jeff. Well, a former Saskatchewan Roughrider will be heading to the Canadian Football Hall of Fame.
By a couple of points here in the first quarter. Pressure from behind. Ball pops loose, and are the Riders on it? Pressure on Rourke. Can they turn it over? Who it is? Charleston Hughes.
Defensive end Charleston Hughes joins Brandon Banks and Sean Millington in the class of 2026. Hughes played 14 seasons in the CFL, including 3 with the Riders. He had 136 sacks, good enough for 5th in the CFL all-time. He had 99 sacks with the Stampeders, tied for most with that franchise. Former teammate and current Riders coach Corey Mace called him to give him the good news. And the first practice of the week for the Riders saw some injured players return to the field, including running back A.J. Ouellette. He's been sidelined with an ankle injury suffered in Week 2 against Calgary. But on Wednesday, the Riders' starting running back looked healthy and ready to go for this Sunday's game against Hamilton. And Coach Corey Mace tells media there is a good chance that Ouellette will be back in the lineup if he continues to trend in the right direction.
I've been with Coach Mace for a while now, and he knows if something's bugging, that something's probably bugging. And at this point, with the ballers that we got in the backfield, if I'm not feeling 100%, and I feel like someone else can step in there better, I'm going to let them.
Defensive back Roland Milligan was also seen on the field on Wednesday, but he saw limited reps.
It's something you may never see again. You're looking at rare local camera footage of the largest crowd ever to see a Saskatchewan Roughrider home game in team history. On October 14th, 1995, a total of 55,438 fans packed the old Taylor Field in Regina to watch the Riders face the Calgary Stampeders. The game served as a test run for volunteers, stadium staff, and security to prepare for what they would see in the Grey Cup game Regina would host for the first time a month later. So in October of that year, the temporary stands were ready, and Rider fans got to come out and be part of history. Saskatchewan would go on to upset Jeff Garcia and the Calgary Stampeders by a score of 25-20. And even though Regina has played host to 4 Grey Cup games, the attendance of over 55,000 for this game in October of '95 beat them all, and still remains a Rider home game attendance record.
And if you want to check out more classic sports moments from the days of Wilco and wood finish televisions, you can check them out on our website.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
Researchers at Princess Margaret Cancer Center are trying to determine whether a blood test can detect tiny amounts of cancer after patients have been treated. The lead researcher says smaller studies have indicated that cancer DNA can show up in blood in amounts too small to be identified by CT scans. If the test is positive, patients could get additional experimental treatments to try and prevent the cancer from returning. If the test is negative, it could indicate the patient is fully cancer-free.
The test is still not standard of care because the sensitivity of the test is really important. And just because it's negative may be a false negative. So it's really important for us to study this and to be following these patients very closely to understand if they are truly free from cancer, if they're negative on this test, or if they are positive on this test, whether ultimately the cancer will show up and whether we can act on it to reduce the chance of the cancer from coming back.
The trial also hopes to find out if the effectiveness of the blood test varies between different types of cancer. All right, Jeff, you can leave a review for just about anything nowadays, including this. In Ontario's Kitchener-Waterloo region, there is now an online group where people post pictures and reviews of bathrooms in the city. There are 2 rules: no people and no contents. Perry started the group saying a suitable public bathroom for parents or people with accessibility needs can be challenging. And if you had to choose, are there kind of a couple of must-haves on a public bathroom for you, Jeff?
I haven't really given it that much thought. I don't know. Ready to easily accessible toilet paper.
That's probably the number one, right? There's nothing worse than
and not one ply. You know, how about some good toilet paper? There you go.
Something, and this might go against what people might say, and I feel bad for saying it, but just airport, probably not my number one, but definitely floor to ceiling doors. That's the number one. If you can get that,
I'm glad you used the phrase number one.
Yeah, there you go.